first of all, congratulations. Amazing series so far. What I wanted to start with, Jonathan, is could you tell our viewers a little bit about what the show is about?
Yeah, the show is about love and identity in a society that is incredibly oppressive. And it's about searching for yourself within a very complicated world, and in finding yourself, hopefully you also find someone that you can spend your life with.
But it's also sprinkled with a little bit of money, a little bit of scandal, a lot of lust.
Yeah, a lot of lust. There's a lot of lust, and there's a lot of privilege in there. But yeah, it's all going on. It's a spicy little cocktail, I think.
I love that. Now, you play Anthony Bridgerton. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, Anthony Bridgerton is I feel very sorry for him. I sort of love him, but he's just not equipped for the role that he has been given in his family. And although he means well, he seems to cause a lot of harm to himself and everyone else. But you know, he's got a heart in there somewhere, and he's certainly got a lust for the subterranean parts of society, I
think. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. What was it like filming not only a period piece, but Shondaland's first Netflix collaboration?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I think it's really only dawning now when we're now meeting people who've seen it and knowing that it's coming out on Christmas Day, that you realise the sort of scale of it. But they're so brilliant, Shondaland, not only because they are like front and centre of making sure that there's visibility and diversity on screen, but also they're just really lovely people, and they're the sort of people that you'd want to work with anyway. So the fact that they're being teamed up with and supported by Netflix, who can literally make anything happen, is a pretty much like a winning collaboration. And I think their first album is going to be pretty special.
Now, I was reading up on this. You guys have already been renewed for a second season. What are your feelings on that, considering, most people haven't even seen it yet? So that's showing how amazing it already is.
Well, yeah, I mean, the rumors of a second season, they're pumping. But yeah, I don't know. Well, who knows? I think it's always a really good sign. I think Chris Van Dusen has set up such a brilliantly rich world, and I think there's so much scope for exploring so many different ways in which humans can be incredibly naughty and can be incredibly loving. So yeah, I'm all for growing up and continuing the love with the Bridgerton family.
Now, can you talk a little bit about this scandal sheet and explain to our viewers what exactly that is and why it's so important to this storyline?
Yeah, well, I think the thing that struck me with Lady Whistledown is that it pretty much reminded me of the news of the world in the UK. We live in a world now of cancel culture where someone can say the wrong thing on Twitter and they can be completely, sort of classed and undermined, and so that seems to be a very modern thing that Lady Whistledown can, and as we see, she literally writes off families, and yeah, it's a brilliant sort of pressure, social pressure that we're still living in now, and to be able to go and look at that through a 19th century lens, I think it's just completely bang on, because I think sometimes it's hard to see how you're existing and how you're living in your own society, and sometimes when you go back a couple of hundred years and see that that same thing was happening all along, the pressures of Twitter and social media, I think, are present in Lady Whistledown.
Yeah, so would you call it almost like a period piece that is almost equivalent to online dating or matchmaking in present day?
I think instead of swiping left and right, you have to spin, don't you, on the dance floor? But you get to see all your prospective dates boogieing around. But yeah, I think it's funny because obviously now we're all hopefully and in the best parts of the world, you're free to love whoever you want, whenever you want. But the thing about Bridgerton is it reminds us that there was a time where, and still is in various places in the world now, where you're forced at a very young age to make a decision which ultimately dictates a lot of your happiness and your sense of self. So hopefully it will alleviate the pressure of some people feeling of meeting the right person in 2020 when you see someone at 19 having to make that decision so early on.
I love that. Now I'm going to play a quick word association game with you.
Really? I love games.
You're going to answer as your character, Anthony. I'll give you two
Okay.
words. You have to pick one of the words. All right?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
friends or family?
Family.
Money and wealth or the individual?
Money and wealth.
Love or romance?
Romance.
Love it. I appreciate you. This was wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm looking forward to spending all day Christmas binging and ignoring all my family.
Rolling around with the Bridgertons. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. Thanks for the game.
Thank you so much.
Made my evening.